Hey guys, so we are doing activity 4.6, arguing for justice. We are doing writing prompt scenario A. So, what all you really need to get started for this is you're going to need a sheet of paper and something to write with. So make sure you have a sheet of paper and pen handy. Oh wait, you guys need to go get one. All right. So you should have your paper and pen. I'll be doing this one with you. Okay. On your paper, you're going to write writing prompt 1, scenario A. All right. Once you have that down, you'll be good to go. So let me go ahead and read the scenario out to you guys. You arrived home 20 minutes after your curfew, and your parent or guardian has decided to ground you for a week as punishment. On a separate sheet of paper, try to persuade your parent or guardian to change his or her mind by using one of the three types of arguments explained below. So you have your choice, okay? Here's argument one. You can choose this one. Appeal to your parent or guardian by showing that you are trustworthy and that you care deeply about the situation and its effect on him or her. You should use the pronoun I. Argument 2. Appeal to your parent or guardian by telling them a story with lots of details to create pity for yourself and your situation. You can use I, though you may want to refer to other people as well. Argument 3. Appeal to your parent or guardian by being rational, giving statistics and commonly held beliefs. Refer to experts and facts that can be supported and explained. You should be careful in using I's and use it very sparingly because you want to focus more on the research. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to get this done. I'll go ahead and do it with you. All right, let's start writing. All right, you ready? All right. So I did scenario A, the argument 2. This is mine. I'm really sorry about being late, Mom and Dad. My friend's sister needed our help tonight. You see, we went to the movies as planned, and I brought my friend Raylan popcorn, and we sat to watch the film. No more than 10 minutes in, her phone started buzzing, and it was a text from her sister. She said that she needed help to get out a really bad date. So we left the movie theater and drove almost 45 minutes away to the place where she was at. It took us a while to find her then, but by the time we found her, it took us time to actually get back to her house so we can calm her down. It was really late by then, but I really wanted to help her out because that's what good friends do. So I'm really sorry we're late, but I know that if we weren't there for her, something bad could have happened. I hope you understand. All right, that's mine. So, yours, I want to hear yours. So make sure you put those in the Schoology box but when we're done with this, okay? And I'll show you guys where to find them. So, as you guys noticed, each of these were very different, okay? So we're going to go over the different types of appeals. So first off, let's have logos. Logos is our logical appeals. This is the type of appeal that uses inductive or deductive reasoning, citing stats, facts, experts, and evidence. So these are my studies in logic. This is very similar to argument 3. In argument 3, you use things like rational and facts and things like that, okay? Ethos, ethical. This seems to be the hardest among all my students. You're really just talking about yourself, okay? It's this type of argument that requires you to establish yourself as trustworthy. It means, why should I trust you? What makes you so respectable? To do this by demonstrating that you have taken the time and the research of your topic, which establishes the credibility on the subject. So how did you use the ethos in argument number 1? Because that's argument 1, where you're showing that I understand you, I have been there, or I've done the research. Pathos arguments. This one seems to be the most common when it comes to students and I think adults as well. We tend to love to appeal to emotions, making people feel things. I'm guilty of it too. I love using emotionals. So it's appeal to emotion by describing an effect of a situation, telling a story, provoking pity, fear, anger, or any other emotion. It can even be happiness or silliness, okay? So think about how we used an argument 2. So for me, I used argument 2. So I used a lot of pity, I used a lot of fear. So I want to instill pity in the fact that I had to leave a movie, something I wanted to do, to go help this sister, and we were very afraid for her to the point where we left and went to go pick her up. Okay, so that brought in a lot of emotions, and all the details I put in there starts provoking those emotions. So think about how we use ethos, pathos, and logos, or logos, ethos. So think about how we use their appeals on a regular basis. It's a very normal thing, and we use it for just about any arguments that we're doing, even if it's just an everyday conversation or trying to decide where we want to go eat lunch. All right, so we're going to make what we call a smell. Smell, not like, I hope you smell good. I hope you've been keeping clean during this quarantine. So we're going to be, the smell activity is another way we analyze things. You know, we're really big about using graphic organizers in this class. So we're going to create another one. So on your paper, you're going to create a smell graphic organizer. Okay, take your paper. Okay, another blank piece of paper. I'll wait if you need another one. You're going to write the letters S, M, E, L, L. Okay, just like that. See? I don't know if you guys can see it. Smell. Okay. This means sender-receiver relationship, and we're gonna pretty much attach this to Julius Caesar. So we're focusing on the big Antony scene. So near the end of Julius Caesar, there is a big scene where Caesar has just been assassinated, and the conspirators are out there, and Brutus tells Antony, who happens to be Caesar's biggest fan and closest confidant, could you speak at the funeral, which happens to be their fatal mistake. So Anthony goes up there and he speaks to the congregation, the big people who are there. Okay? So we're going to be analyzing that and how the things that Anthony says were so convincing. Because all of a sudden they were like, oh yeah, maybe he was a tyrant. And next thing you know, they wanted to kill Brutus and all the other guys. So, sender and receiver relationship, the questions are, what is the relationship between Antony, the sender of the message, and the crowd? And how does Antony respond to the crowd? M, summarize Antony's argument. This is just a quick summary. You can do it in a couple of lines. You can even do like something equals something plus something, whatever you need to do to make it sum it up. Emotional strategies. What does he want the crowd to think and feel? And that's when it comes to the passion, those emotions. What are some of the things he wants to make them feel? Logical strategies. What is the logic Antony is using? And how does this logic affect his message? And language. What kind of words and images does Antony use? How does Antony's word choice affect the speech? So, once you have that all written down, I'll wait. Pause button. All right. Once you have all that written down, we're going to actually go into the drama of Julius Caesar. So, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to go ahead and read this. Okay? So, I'll be cutting into a second after we read it. All right, so it's Shakespeare, so it is get a little heavy in the language. So, it's okay if you need to read it a couple more times. Remember, 3 times is the ideal. You want to read it as much as you can. So, this is what I got for my smell. So I'm going to go back up and we'll go through this, okay? So the S, sender and receiver relationship. Who is Antony? What's his relationship, okay? He is very loyal to Caesar, okay? He's one of those guys who was always like right next to Caesar. He's always helped him out, okay? He is against the conspirators. He doesn't like those people. He's like, and he responds to the emotional appeal of the crowd. He understands where the crowd is feeling. They're feeling sad and sorrow, and he responds to that as well. The message, okay? So his message is that here is a honorable man. These conspirators are honorable men, right? He says that word honorable a lot, and he kind of changes the definition of the word as it goes on. So he talks about them being honorable men. But these honorable men murdered an honorable leader, a great honorable leader. And they did it with envy and greed. So that's kind of just of his argument. Emotional strategies. Okay, he's trying to first appeal to the sorrow and the sadness with comfort, letting the people know it's okay. He kind of calms them down. But then he tries to appeal to their anger side, their anger of their depressed, of their leader being dead. So he gets them riled up, and he has that anger. He takes it, and he starts putting it against the conspirators. Okay, that's why at the end there's such a big turn. Where at first they're like, "Oh, I guess it was okay," and the last end they're ready to go kill the guys, right? He reads the will. That's a big one and big emotion ones. Here's this will, and Caesar leaves all these things to his great people. He cries. He actually stops and weeps. That's a big one too. Everybody's like, "Oh no, he's crying." Okay, big emotional. A lot of empathy there, and he wants the crowd to see blood and the bloody body. He wants it to make this graphic idea that here is their great leader dead, right? So he uses these dark and emotional visuals. Logical strategies. So there are some logical strategies. He makes it very clear, or he talks about the different ways. Now Caesar was not ambitious, right? Caesar gave money to the people, so he focused a lot about that. How Caesar did all this stuff for the good of Rome. So he uses all these logical arguments on that. Some of the words he uses, his language. Kiss dead Caesar's words. Blood, martyred, traitors, bloody, the bloody traitor son, like all these really vivid ideas of violence and betrayal. Okay, so this is my smell. Hope you guys have yours. Doesn't smell like much, but we have your smell. Okay. All right. So once you have that, we're gonna make another graphic organizer. So we're going to be going back and looking for the reasons that Anthony came up with for the fact that this could be unjust. Okay, so the reasons why the murder was unjust. So they would give us an example. He had brought many captives home from Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. This example tries to prove that Caesar could not have been too ambitious if he brought all of his wealth to Rome, not himself. So here he is bringing people home, right? He's not trying to get ransoms, he's just trying to be a good guy. This technique is an example of logos. Why? Because he's offering logical supporting examples as one of the 3 or 4 pieces of evidence that Anthony proves that Caesar was ambitious. So he is using logos in this argument because it makes sense. So you can do this, find a couple of arguments, find at least 4. Okay, 4 different arguments that Anthony sets out. Okay, it could be try to find at least one of each, and then whatever one you choose from. So we already have a logo, so we go find another logo, another pathos, another ethos, and maybe one more pathos or ethos or logos. Okay, so not including this one, 4 more. Okay, and tell me, what do you think? Do you think it's ethos? Do you think it's pathos? Do you think it's logos? And why? And it's okay if you don't get this right at the first time, okay? We're practicing. That's the whole point of this, is to practice. Okay? So grab that paper at the ready, and I'll see you on the other side. So pause. Boop. All right, the last piece of this is very simple. So which of the arguments above, so of the 4 you've gotten, plus the one that they give us, which of the arguments above seems the most persuasive for the audience? Which do you think is the strongest? Was it ethos, pathos, or logos the most effective here? And why? So I want you guys to write a few paragraphs on that, at least 2 paragraphs, to answer those questions, okay? Now all of this information, okay, all of this stuff is going to be submitted through Schoology. Let me show you how we're going to do that. So here we are back on Schoology. So you'll see near the bottom where it says Assignment and Submission 4.6. So you've done these before. Over here, yours will actually say Submit Assignment. Okay, it has a brand new window that opens up, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is a sample assignment so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So if you look up here, we have your file. That's where you're going to open up all your files. And this is like, say that this one was one of the ones you would click. You would click that one and you would upload it. This one right here is for the audio and video recording. So it'll ask you if you want to do audio or video only. You're able to actually record your answers, okay? Now this does require you to be very detailed if you do this. So if you're going to give you the audio and video, make sure you hold up your paper so I can see it and really give you in detail what you wrote, just like I did on my video. So you also have your create if you don't have Microsoft Word where you are at. So you see the section where it says add comment. You will not submit your assignment here. This is for questions and comments you want to give me as you're actually submitting the assignment. So once you either have the file upload, maybe a Word document, or the pictures, the audio or video recording, or you actually created the assignment, you're going to make sure to press submit and it'll actually submit it to me. So I hope this cleared things up for you guys on how you're submitting. Do not forget you are continuing reading To Kill a Mockingbird. We're going to actually be adding that to our embedded assessment assignment. So I'll be introducing the embedded assessment assignment to you guys on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that video. That doesn't mean you have to do the embedded assignment in like one day. That's ridiculous, okay? It is a persuasive essay, so keep that in mind. And start thinking about things you might want to argue. If you want to get a jump ahead, the embedded assessment is actually on Springboard right now if you want to go ahead and take a look.